Hey there, I am back with another deck review, and today we're going to be looking at Tough Luck from Las Vegas-based Doc's Playing Card Company. Now, this deck was released directly on Doc's website and comes in two different versions. There's the standard version and this highly foiled version that we're looking at today, the limited edition. Now, according to their Instagram, the limited edition has a print run of 1,078 decks in total, and it's still available now at a really reasonable price point. On Docs, at least in the US, it's $13, so definitely an approachable price point and worth a look. I'll put a link down in the description where you can get one if you like what you see here. The theme of the deck is, of course, tough luck in all of its different forms. Initially, it was conceived as a deck that was going to be inspired by tough luck specifically at the poker table, very fitting for a deck of cards. And among the stories that inspired the deck is that of Wild Bill Hickok. He was a lawman and famous gambler from the 1800s who famously died after being shot while playing cards at the poker table back in 1876. So after that initial conception, it very quickly grew into a deck that was looking at tough luck, though, in all of its different forms. So let's go dive deeper into the deck. All right, starting with the tuck case. It's done by Clove Street Press, who makes some of the most outstanding tuck cases around. The embossing and foil work they do is just amazing, and this deck is no exception. Now, it is done on a black matte cardstock. You can see just a little bit of that peeking out in this circle, but it's almost entirely covered in foil in two different colors. You got this sort of bronze color along with silver, great color combination. You have the name of the deck in very small print in the center, Tough Luck Playing Cards, LXXVI at the bottom. That's Roman numerals for 76. Not 100% sure what it refers to, but I did mention a second ago, Wild Bill was shot in 1876, so maybe that's what it is. At the top, you have kind of a symbol of the deck with that skull with the sword driven through it, and it's flanked by a horseshoe, usually a symbol of good luck in the background. And then exploding out of that center circle is just a myriad of different bits of scroll work and vine work in multiple colors of foil. Really beautiful and striking design and detail. Zoom in close, you can see the beautiful shine and intricate detail all the way through. Really nicely done. At the bottom, you have a pair of rabbits, and if you look really closely, you'll notice their hind foot has been cut off. The lucky rabbit's foot cut off, so these rabbits here are having a little bit of tough luck themselves. It says made in the United States of America at the bottom. The deck itself printed by the USPCC. So really great foil work. Continues on the side where you've got tough luck on one side and on the other. Some simple ad copy on the bottom. Also gives credit to Native Tongue Studio, who helped design the deck. And then on the top, it says Tough Luck Playing Cards with more foil elements. The back is going to be the back design of the cards, which we'll look more closely at in a second. And our friend, the skull with the sword through the head, makes an appearance again on the red and silver postage stamp style tuck seal. So that is the tuck case. Beautiful job, as always, by Clove Street Press, and just ridiculous amounts of foil on this one. Give it a fantastic look. As you open it up, you've got a continuation of that back design pattern on the inner flap, and logos for both Native Tongue Studios and Doc's Playing Cards on the inner flaps. So that's the tuck case. Nothing printed on the inside, but beautifully done, as I said. All right, let's get into the deck, and we'll start with the back design. Here it is. It's an interesting, very simple and yet very intricate details on this pattern, done in multiple colors. You got the black background and then sort of gray patterns, as well as orange skeleton or skull patterns going on as well. Skull, just like we've seen before, has the sword through the head, and then this little flourish underneath, and then you have these gray patterns filling in the rest of the borders. So it gives you kind of a wallpaper effect of the entire back design. It's simple, not my favorite part of the overall deck, but interesting and well done design nonetheless. Finishes out with a thin white poker border and features USPCC's now trademark mediocre registration going on with it too. Shame that that's the case with USPCC, but still like what's going on with the back design. All right, extra cards you get a pair of Jokers. They are identical, and both of them feature this Sly Fox here. He's got the long coat on there, and then you can see he's set up for 3-card Monty, ready to go scam some suckers. I love the little board forming the table that's just hung around his neck, and you can see the 3 cards there with the skull and crossbones on one of them. So all set up for his 3-card Monty scam. It says the Joker, have that 76 underneath again, and then in the corners you have again that skull with the sword through it, this time back with the horseshoe around it. So 2 identical Jokers, like those. You also get a couple of gaff cards, blank face card, and a double backer. Always nice to get some gaff cards. Now into the deck. I'll start with the Ace of Spades. Here it is done really nicely, just in black and white. Features a lot of detail on it. The spade pip itself, behind that Ace of Spades banner across the front, is just made up of a series of swirls and flourishes all the way up, making a really nice symmetrical design. It says tough luck playing cards at the bottom, and then you have a pair of really menacing, sharp-clawed rabbits kind of climbing up the side of the spade pip. Doesn't look like they're missing any of their lucky feet this time. They do have a really menacing look to them. And then that 76 Roman numerals once more above the top. Nice custom index in the corner. Custom, still easy to read font, and a slightly custom pip underneath. The rest of the number cards, nothing too special to speak of. You do get a nice sort of rougher, almost hand-sketched or hand-drawn shape to the spades there. So a little bit of imperfection to them gives them a little bit of an interesting look to the pips, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Pretty standard layout as well. The rest of the aces, unlike the Ace of Spades, are pretty much normal themselves. So there's your diamond pips, and then into the clubs. Much more custom on the clubs than on some of the others. And the hearts. That's your number cards, but the real highlight of this deck is in the court cards. So that's where we're gonna go next. And the court cards I love. They are kind of classically posed, so definitely recognizable as court cards, but all of them are gonna feature these skeletal figures, and all of them are gonna feature them having some sort of bad luck. The Jack of Spades is one of the original inspirations of the deck. This is a skeletal depiction of Wild Bill Hickok himself. You can see him with his hat there, and he's got in his hand the aces and eights, pair of aces, pair of eights. According to legend, that is the hand that Wild Bill was holding when he was ultimately shot. So nice little touch there. I love the familiar patterning that's used on the clothes, done in red and sort of bronze orange color to give a really nice look to it overall. I wish they hadn't included the bordering on this one, and maybe it expanded out the court designs a little bit, but nonetheless, a lot of fun. And it continues on the rest of the court. So here's your Queen of Spades, this time with a raven, a bit of a symbol of bad luck, squawking in her ear. The King of Spades had a little misfortune with his sword there. The Jack of Diamonds, he's grabbed a poisonous snake. Got that nice terrified look on his face. I love the facial expressions they were able to achieve with the skulls. Broken mirror for the Queen of Diamonds. This guy, the King of Diamonds, has had a mishap with his axe, cut a pinky off. Here's the Jack of Clubs. This one I like a lot. He's got the flame, his hair is on fire, and the hose has completely run dry, so can't put out the fire. There's the Queen of Clubs. This one's a little bit more lighthearted. So she's spilled some salt. Spilled salt, a symbol of bad luck. King of Clubs. I love the expression on his face here as he's encountered a hive of bees. Here's the Jack of Hearts. Much simpler, just some spilled coffee. Although looks like it's maybe splashing towards his face there. Queen of Hearts, her flower has died. And the King of Hearts, rather than kind of laying the sword behind his head, like most respectable King of Hearts do, he's kind of driven this one right through his eye. So there's your courts. I love how fun and lighthearted they are. Design-wise, just the artwork's great. It definitely doesn't take itself too seriously. Just a great theme for the deck overall. So that's the deck. As far as handling, this is printed on premium stock by USPCC, so they're gonna handle beautifully. That air cushion finish, fans beautifully right out of the box, cuts, all of that are great. Registration definitely holds this one back a little bit, but in terms of handling, can't say too much bad about this deck. Definitely a nice handling deck. Now, uses of the deck. I think personally this would be a great and fun deck if you wanted to use this for your poker game. Still definitely functional, easy to read, gonna be great for poker, and just provide some lighthearted fun at the table. But you could also use this for Magic, all familiar enough to make for, you know, an interesting little spin on Magic. Has the extra gaff cards included as well. Handles well enough for cardistry. There's definitely a deck that's nice, easy to use. Not to mention that looks great on a shelf with that beautiful tuck case as well. So that's it. That's the look at Tough Luck playing cards. Go check out Doc's. Got the link in the description. If you like what you see here, worth a pickup in my mind for sure. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews and unboxings. Let me know what else you want to see, and I'll see you for the next one.